Are you ready to have your website get found by the right people? Are you looking to rank at the top of Google so you get more traffic to your website? Are you ready to learn how to use SEO and content marketing to grow your organic traffic? If so, you are in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the Simple SEO Content Podcast. Hi, welcome back to the Simple SEO Podcast. Today we're going to talk about SEO for coaches or really any business, okay? If you're not a coach, don't just hit that button and skip and think, oh, this one's not for me. We're going to talk about how you can rank your website at the top of Google and get organic traffic to help grow your business. So if you've been here for a while, you know I'm Rachel and I'm your host, and I've been in SEO and content marketing for about 15 years, and I love helping you each week with actionable tips that are going to help you rank higher on Google, get more organic traffic, and grow your business. So let's jump right in. From an SEO standpoint, the very first thing that you want to do with your website is to make sure your website is optimized for Google. So that means your actual website pages themselves. So your homepage, your about page, your services or product page, your contact page, anything like that you have on your website. You want to do some keyword research and you want to choose a keyword for each individual page. And I want you to use different keywords for each of your website pages because Google's only going to show your website a maximum of 2 times for any given keyword. So if you use the same keyword on all 4 pages or all 5 pages, you are going to limit your visibility. And we don't want to limit visibility. We want to increase visibility. That's the whole point of doing SEO, right? So now you're going to choose a keyword. You're going to use that keyword in all the places that Google is going to look on that page to get an idea as to what it's about. If you're not sure what these are, go ahead quickly and get a copy of my beginner's SEO guide. It's at etchedmarketing.com/freebies because that's going to walk you through what these elements are and how to format them. And it also is going to show you what they look like in Google so that you understand what you're optimizing on the back end and how it's going to read for your potential customer. So you're going to want to use your keyword in your title tag and your meta description. You're going to want to use it in your header tags, your image file name, your copy, potentially your URL, depending on the page. Sometimes that's a little harder to do, especially on the core pages of our websites. So you're going to want to make sure that you're using that keyword in all the places that Google's going to look. Now, Google's going to pick up similar keywords and potentially rank you for them, whether they're a perfect match or not, because Google understands semantically related terms. So don't worry about, do I need to do the single versus the plural? You don't. You're going to rank for whichever one a consumer is searching for. So you're going to do that. That's going to get your 4 or 5 pages of your main website optimized, which is going to help you start to show up. It's also going to make it easier so when people do search for you in the search results, especially if they're searching for your business name and they see it, they're going to see information that you have control of in the search results itself in the form of your title tag and your meta description. Those are ideally designed to help people decide to click through to come learn more about your business. So you really want to write them for the consumer, not for the search engine, but you want to use the keyword in them so that the search engine understands, oh yes, this is about this keyword. Now, if you really want to rank at the top of Google for more keywords, and you want to get more organic traffic to your website, you're going to need to create additional content that you're going to also optimize. So what I want you to think about SEO, rather than thinking it's technical, it's this, it's that, it's hard, SEO is actually the way that you get visibility for your content. So it's a connection point between the content you're creating and the person that you're creating it for. So in order to have more opportunities to show up in Google search results, you're going to want to blog. And I know some people are like, blogging, gosh, Rachel, isn't that like 2008? And it is, but it's not. Blogging to this day is the single best way to grow your organic traffic. Because think about it. Each new blog post that you create is another opportunity for people to find your business. So it's all about discoverability. It's about creating content that's going to help your audience. You're going to give them content that they're looking for, questions that they want answered. So let's talk about coaches. Let's say that you're a coach and you coach women, let's say perimenopausal women who want to lose weight. There's a bunch of them out there, right? All of us Gen X ladies most of us are in that. We've gained a few pounds. We don't necessarily like what everything exactly as it is. Maybe our jeans are a little tight. Maybe I'm talking from personal experience. I just turned 49 recently and life is definitely happening. So let's just pretend we're talking about these perimenopausal women. We're going to help them. They're going to lose 10 pounds. Their jeans are going to fit more comfortably. So maybe we create content all about that and how perimenopause impacts your life, why it feels harder to lose weight during perimenopause, why the fact that you have to gain weight during perimenopause is actually a myth, what actually contributes to midlife weight gain, all these kind of things. You could talk about healthy recipes. You could talk about exercise. You could talk about balance. So you really want to think about your ideal customer, your business. How does it all tie together? And what you're going to do is create that content plan. And each week you're going to create a new blog post that addresses that customer's need. So let's just pretend we're the perimenopause health coach. So we're going to talk about perimenopause in general. We're going to talk about weight gain. We're going to talk about exercise, and maybe we're going to talk about balance or taking time for ourselves, because in many cases, that's actually what's going on is she just doesn't have enough time for herself and she feels guilty taking that time to devote to herself for that hour a day or whatever it is, because maybe she's like me, maybe she's in the sandwich generation. I have a mother who's almost 80 who's got Alzheimer's, and I have a 9-year-old child who's in the 4th grade. So I've got a little bit of everything going on. Yeah, if you're doing math, I was an older mom. I worked many years and built a career and didn't meet my husband until later in life. But what you want to think about is, who is she and how are you going to help her, and what content can you create for her? And if you join me in Simple SEO Content, I'm going to teach you how to find these content ideas so that people are searching for them, so that you're creating content that there's already an audience for. And then I'm going to teach you how to do the keyword research so that you can see, oh, okay, there's really a good chance for me to rank for this particular topic. So I'm going to focus on this, and this is how I'm going to name it so that I have a better chance of ranking. So in all, full transparency, so you can see how I'm doing all of this, SEO for coaches was a keyword that I wanted to go after for the business. And I knew I had a really good chance of ranking at the top of page 1 for that if I created great content around it. So that's why this particular blog post, this particular podcast episode ended up using coaches as the example in it, even though what I'm teaching you is applicable to any business. But SEO for coaches had a better chance of ranking than SEO for online businesses or SEO or SEO for small businesses. Goodness gracious, I'm never going to rank for because it's way too competitive. So that's really what you want to look at is, how can I find opportunities to rank to bring more traffic to my website? Because each new blog post that you create is one more opportunity for a potential customer to get help, to find an answer, to connect with you, to be brought into your world. And then if you have a good opt-in on your website, you have a good freebie, a VFO, whatever term you're used to it being referred to as, then you have a chance to get them on your email list, and then you can nurture them. You can share your weekly emails with them. You can share your new blog posts. If you podcast like I do, you can share your podcast. If you have a podcast and it's not growing the way you want it to, or you're thinking you want to launch a podcast, join me in Simple Podcast SEO. That course is going to really help you clarify who you're connecting with and how you're naming everything and what you're doing from a podcast visibility standpoint. I'm all about helping you to get the visibility for your content. This is what I've spent the last 15 years doing, is really putting together that content strategy that's going to drive traffic to a website, that's going to bring in an audience, that's going to help you build your business. So if you want to do SEO on your coaching website or any website for your business, start with your core pages, those first 4 or 5 pages, optimize those, get the beginner's guide that's going to walk you through what to do on those pages. Then the easiest way to do all of this is to join me in Simple SEO Content and let me walk you through how to create that content strategy that's optimized content that will rank high in Google and drive organic traffic to your website. Then if you have a podcast, go ahead and add on podcast SEO, because what you learn in Simple SEO Content is going to be a great foundation, and it's going to make podcast SEO a whole lot easier for you. All right, that's it for today. I will see you back here next week. That's all for today's episode of the Simple SEO Content Podcast. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you visit my website, etchedmarketing.com, and visit the freebies tab. Right there, you're going to find the SEO Content Quick Start Guide along with the free SEO class. So you'll have everything you need to know to get started with SEO and content marketing. Then do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, if you would do a rating and a review of this podcast on your favorite platform. That would really help spread the message, and I do greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram at Etched Marketing Academy, and I will see you right back here next week.